Check it out. I'm looking for a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. I need a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. You want this money, then you gotta be a bad bitch. Shake that ass for the tip if you a bad bitch. Drop it down to the floor if you a bad bitch. Oh no, she ain't a hoe, she just a bad bitch. I'm in the club looking for a bad bitch. In the parking lot looking for a bad bitch. Everywhere I go, I'm trying to find that bad bitch. You know me, I gotta keep me a bad bitch. Freak in the morning, freak in the evening. I'm looking for a freak when I'm done block bleeding. Now take me to a house, tease me, then please me and tell all her friends how the dick made her sleep. And believe me, when I'm up in that, I'm beating it. Giving y'all that Mike Jones treatment. I can tell by the way she walk that she got it. Body so deadly, you can tell when she drop it. I'm either gon' hit her, I'ma be ass out. I seen it walk by me, damn near passed out. Then crept up behind her, told her it was time to let a player like me get in that vagina. I'm looking for a dime, that's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. I need a dime, that's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. You want this money, then you gotta be a bad bitch. Shake that ass for the tip if you a bad bitch. Drop it down to the floor if you a bad bitch. Oh no, she ain't a hoe, she just a bad
She a
bitch.
ghetto ass bitch with some ghetto ass game. In the club where she work, that she poppin' that thing. Say the bread you can fed and the head at the bone. She can never breathe on a nigga dick and make him come.
Come on. Where them hoes like to get bucket balls. If they can't take off, they draw. I ain't standing there, nigga, no.
I love the way she dance, she look like she fucking herself. Shawty ain't doing nothing but just touching herself. Freaky ways, she can shake ass for days. Getting kinky in 69 different ways. Jump on stage, she get paid, sing old off. They got enough money, she taking the clothes off. Look at that, I thought I told her put it tap. I did, thought I put it
I'm
tap.
looking for a dime, that's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. I need a dime, that's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. You want this money, then you gotta be a
Yo, welcome to Carter's Corner Pocket. We're for the Rocket. Today we're talking GameStop. It's going to be short. I'm telling you that. I got back from vacation yesterday. Yesterday I left Florida. I went to Epic Universe like 2 days ago. I left at 11:15 at night and jumped straight from Florida to Virginia. So it was like, it took forever. I got back at like 4 a.m. Stopped at Buc-ee's at like 7 a.m. I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to keep going. And because I'm relentless. I'm ruthless. I'm a GameStop investor. You know, what's up, B. De Niro? Robert, what's up? Aaron, Ace, what's going down, man? So the big news, right? I've been disconnected. I've just been watching Morant's every night. But every night, basically, when I go to sleep, all the kids are asleep because we're tired. Went to Epic Universe, got rained out, got another ticket. They gave us compensation tickets, so I had to go back 2 days later. And it still rained. I got drenched because my umbrella got stolen. My family had ponchos. My umbrella got stolen at the nursing area. So some animal out there stole my umbrella. Ridiculous. But I had a good vacation. Kids enjoyed it. I'm broken down because I drove so long, so far, so much heat. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Got to continue business as usual. Back at work today. So I was going to do a little bit more. Like, I have a dinner at my sister-in-law's, so I got to balance. I'm going to talk about this real quick. This is AI. The rules, the law of the land, history, it doesn't change. It just rules over the world nonstop. The subject matter changes. I like what this guy said. I'm just going to touch on AI really quick and the overspending for one moment.
There's really nothing new under the sun, and that's because human nature doesn't change. The characters change, the names change, but it's fear and greed. We can go back to the South Sea bubble, Dutch tulip bulb mania. History repeats itself over and over again.
Put AI into that context here, because people have been positioning AI. Other than electricity, there's been nothing more important than AI. How do you think about just this whole concept writ large?
I'm not bearish on AI per se. I'm sure we're all...
Todd, what's up, man? I see you. I drove by Daytona, but I wasn't able to stop. I had to keep going. I was supposed to go to Destin and say what's up to Amber, but Destin was just too far for me. Last minute, I chose to take the kids to Universal Studios, the Epic Universe, to like... their minds were like blown. They had so much fun. What's up, Because I Can? Fallout News Vegas. What's that, bro? I don't know. I've been working today because I've had to catch up on 2 weeks worth of stuff I've missed out. But in the end, let me just let you know what I think is going to happen. I think GameStop's buying eBay at a cheaper price. That's why the whole news about it being withdrawn. I don't believe the partnership stuff. Maybe if he gets board seats and then he'll take it over. But it's over. I don't see Ryan Cohen being the type of person to want to work with the type of CEOs and management team that's currently at eBay. He probably doesn't trust them. Wouldn't want to be in their company, mentioned in their company, because he has morals and he has principles. But with AI, the overspending, like I preach to my children, and I've learned in life as I grow up, as I've grown up, as I've aged, that balance is the key to life, no matter what you do, whether it be exercise, food, work, home life, whatever it may be. You need balance in life, and it's so unbalanced. You can see really quick. 90 S&P 500 earnings growth is more than 50% of last quarter. Nearly 90% of S&P 500 companies have reported their earnings, and they've reported profits 30% above the estimates. And another thing is that about 2/3 of spending here, analysts at PIMCO, Pacific Investment Management Company is what it is, reckon that 94% of hyperscalers operating cash flows are going into AI, and 40%, it was at 40% in 2023. So that number has jumped from 40% all the way to 94% of their operating cash flows dumped into AI. I'm not saying AI is not going to be useful, but just the over leverage in it is just scary to me, because I preach balance to my children in life so that they can have a balanced life, so they can have a good life, and they don't, like, imagine, like, I don't know, a crack addict, right? I don't even know how they operate, right? Is crack what you snort, right? So whatever you say, Tony snorting lines, then it has to get to 2 lines and 3 lines and 4 lines and 5 lines as your tolerance, I guess, just rises and rises, right? So to me, that's what this is. And if you don't have balance, you have to get to 5 lines to satisfy whatever need that your body has. Over here, return on investment. Where is the return on investment? More than 55% of chief supply chain officers are unclear on the return on investment of their AI investments. 67% of the supply chain digital investments are now allocated to AI. So they're putting money into it, but they're not getting the return. Maybe there's few returns being made, and that's going to be by the larger companies that have the research and development, capacity to do it, to utilize it, to build their own software programs, to utilize EA, or people selling it. Jesus, there you go. Yeah, with religion, man, it preaches balance, composure, self-restraint on things. And this AI thing is just crazy to me. I don't even care, because I'm a GameStop investor, only into GameStop. Ryan Cohen, I'll tell you the truth. I haven't even read this article, but the number one things that I highlighted have nothing to do with pulling the article here. GameStop, led by CEO Ryan Cohen, is considering withdrawing its $56 billion bid for eBay. And these are the key points that I want to highlight, according to people familiar with the matter. And then at the end, GameStop hasn't made a final decision, and Cohen could still weigh other options. The people said. Who the fuck are the people? What are you talking about? Representatives for GameStop and eBay couldn't immediately be reached for comment. The people? That's your sources? So stupid. It's like, this is not real reporting. I don't believe it. What I believe that's going to happen, really, the reason I want to go live is because I think eBay's going to go on a downtrend, like I've been saying. Are we at that? I had it marked right over here. Let me see the date. My wife's about to call me. Watch. So, August 17th, I thought the downtrend would start. And I was giving myself like a month time frame. So August 17th to about September 10th, I was looking at within that time frame, the eBay downtrend would start on the weekly. And that's just following. I don't trade. I don't do any of that. But following this fractal, and a fractal is just a pattern. Like, it could be any pattern. But just seeing what I've seen before in eBay in 2000, is this starting in 2019? You got a shelf that drops off, a bull flag into a sharp uptrend, and then a downtrend. And then probably over here, what happened was consolidation. From 2022 to 2023. So we have the same thing, the shelf over here, a bull flag, and a sharp uptrend. And I see the downtrend about to happen. And and the funny thing to me is, like, what I'm thinking in the background, while Ryan Cohen is doing all this stuff with the warrants, what is it? The warrants, not only the warrants, what is it? The bonds, right? They're converting into shares. That's because they're bullish on the stock. They want to be long term. When you hold shares, what are you? You're not doing arbitrage games. You're not playing the stock when it goes up, playing it when it goes down, doing all of that. You're not doing any of that. Okay, you're not hoping for it to go down. They own the shares now, so they want it to go up. That's because they see what I see. They see what we see. That's what we see. But quoting people, saying the people as your quote is really stupid to me. I think eBay is going to go on a downtrend, and Ryan Cohen is doing all of these moves in the background. Nobody knows what he's doing, but I think he's doing it because he sees eBay topping out right now, and it's going to be a downtrend. And I see us acquiring eBay. I see us doing a proxy vote 2 months before submitting the proxy vote 2 months before the shareholder meeting. That's what I see. So it's almost right on cue. I expected eBay to go to 120 and went to basically 119, and that's what I see. Jay Crispy, what's up, man? A real assumption. Wall Street Journal said the same thing last time. People familiar with the matter, RC was going to make an offer, and it happened. I was looking at that. It could be a pivot, right? It could be a pivot. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't like. People act like eBay was the end-all, be-all for GameStop. It's all or nothing. That's it. I think, like, if he were to acquire eBay, it's just going to be one of the companies that he ends up acquiring. He wants to be Berkshire Hathaway. He wants to do something along those lines. So I could see him running eBay. I could see him in the future acquiring more and more companies. We'll see what happens. But I think eBay is going to go on a downtrend, and he's going to get a discount on it. Or maybe that's why he's pulling the 125. He's like, I'm not offering 125 anymore because I know what's going to happen to your stock. And if he sells off the stock and makes money for GameStop, great. Great. And if he sells all that stock, what do you think's happening to eBay stock? In the end, I think investors are going to be like, what the hell are you doing for me? eBay's management, denying 125 when the stock comes down. I think maybe it'll come down to the $80 range, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all assumptions right now, but I'm not getting off of what I said in the start because I'm not going to shift my stance based on one article that's not even it's not even credible to me. We'll see. I was going to look up stuff that's happened in the past. They're reporting in the past. Let me just play a quick video right now. Super Stunk and this GME Reddit is all they're going nuts right now. They're going nuts. I think you just have to be certain with things in your life and go forward with it. It's like when you're teaching a middle linebacker, like you just make a decision and go with it. Win or lose, at least there's gonna be a a succinct outcome. If you're half stepping left, half stepping right, the outcome is going to be you lose 99% of the time because the person's going to beat you to the edge. If you make a decision and you're right, you're going to blow up the play. If you make a decision and you're wrong, at least you made that decision and went 100% at it. So that's the way I see it. Okay, so I'm sticking with mine. I see a downtrend. Personally, in my mind, I see the downtrend coming, and it's showing on the week. Is this the weekly chart? On the weekly chart, you can see the MACD right now. Could take a huge dip right here, and that lines up with the downtrend that I have been saying. So anyways, yeah, this is the childish reporting over here. You haven't been able to contact GameStop. And honestly, knowing how these things work, they have a direct line to eBay. I mean, to Ryan Cohen. They have a direct line to him. So for them to, like you were saying, for them to be saying this, it could be true. But I think he's withdrawing it, and maybe he'll make another offer later at a lesser price. Who knows? We'll get eBay at a discount, just like GameStop's a complete discount right now. $18.79 is ridiculous. I mean, just to think, a few years ago, operating income was minus 311. I think minus 311. Minus 311 million. Let me make sure. So I just don't. Let me see. Where is it? Operating income minus 311 million in 2022. I like to look at after like 2022 because that's when Ryan Cohen really got full control of the company and made his moves. And look at operating income last year, $232 million. Ridiculous. In just a few years, making GameStop profitable. And I don't even want to say net income because people are going to say they earn interest off of everything. Yeah, so I'm bullish on this whole thing. Look at the person reporting on it. Let me play a video real quick.
GameStop and eBay, this is an interesting one. So GameStop very slightly higher, eBay down about 3%. Ryan Cohen changing his attitude just a little bit. Sources say GameStop is considering withdrawing that bid for eBay. CEO Ryan Cohen, though, may instead propose a partnership that would let eBay leverage GameStop's 1,600 US retail locations. Joining us now is Bloomberg's Bailey Lipschultz. Bailey, this is interesting because this might actually be, in fact,
Oh, they brought Michael onto the show.
doable, whereas the previous suggestion didn't seem to be that doable.
No, that's spot on, Vonnie. This was a deal that, when announced, kind of went viral for all of the wrong reasons. If you're Ryan Cohen and if you're the members of that GameStop team, the big question was, how do you fund and take over? Again, not necessarily taking out a company, but going out and acquiring a company worth magnitudes more than you are worth. But this does kind of strike the kind of balance between what Ryan Cohen has been arguing is that eBay, poorly run, in his view, really needs new blood, new life, and this is a partnership that, as Liana Baker broke out, could benefit both companies because you're looking at eBay, which is kind of doing fine, and then GameStop really has these brick and mortar stores that they could benefit from selling products. So they've leaned into things like getting baseball and trading cards graded, leaning into other kind of levers to pull as people buy video games more and more on the system. So this could be a big step forward. As you mentioned, though, GameStop basically flattened eBay down about 3%.
Well, that's the thing. Does eBay need physical locations? I mean, wouldn't that change the business model entirely for eBay, which has been an online marketplace?
It certainly would, and I think that's why the argument of kind of a partnership, kind of balancing both prospects, because when you think about an online marketplace, what could you benefit from having brick and mortar?
I don't even care to play it anymore. Yeah, what's up, everyone? T. Moore, what's up? John, what's up? I don't think eBay wants a partnership after RC called the board and CEO idiots. Yeah, I don't think Ryan Cohen wants a partnership at all. I mean, if it makes GameStop money, yeah, but I don't know. I see Ryan Cohen as an elite operator. And eBay is just sitting there taking money, you know. They're like fat cats over there. As long as their pockets are lined, they're good. And they know Ryan Cohen will be a disturbance to them. So he has to take it over. He has to, for this to work, Ryan Cohen has to own it all. And I still think that's going to happen, especially with the words that he's used before. Like, look at this financial thing. He's not, Ryan Cohen doesn't just go talking like that. It's out of his, it's out of his persona, out of his character to go just putting out information like that. And for them to say this, come out with this, maybe, but you could tell by the Bloomberg article, he does not like Bloomberg, especially anymore, especially after he's talking about NFTs and the software sales plunging and all of that as a negative towards GameStop when it's really not even GameStop's core business anymore. You can see the disdain on his face in that interview. We're going to watch part of that interview really quick. So I think my wife's giving me more time than I expected. So this is the guy that reports for eBay, and he's got all these hot takes. Looks like he hasn't bathed in a week. I don't know.
What him to do now is to convince.
I'm not even watching that. Let's go see.
I'm gonna call my shots, but.
Bailey Lipschultz and Spencer Soper join us now with the details. Bailey, I'm going to start with you on the kind of deals side of this. We're reporting that he is considering pulling the bid. There's the added layer that GameStop is one of eBay's biggest shareholders. Just go over that side of what we're reporting.
Yeah, as you mentioned, potentially pulling the bid, potentially pursuing a joint venture, something that Ryan Cohen was very vocal about, the synergies in his mind that GameStop and eBay would have. To your point, GameStop is the second largest shareholder of eBay, right behind Vanguard. Obviously, a lot of passive money there with a stake just under 10%, so a pretty sizable stake in the company. GameStop had been doing pretty much everything they could to raise capital and try to diversify their offerings, previously leaning into things like collectibles, and as you had talked to Ryan Cohen about a month ago, really setting its sights on a deal, a takeover of eBay, again, a company that's magnitudes larger than GameStop.
Right. Spencer, I'm reading our report, and the idea of this joint venture, Ryan Cohen seems to want to leverage GameStop's physical store footprint. You know, explain our reporting there, but also some of the history of, like, where eBay would fit in with that?
Yeah, well, I think the big lesson here is if you're going to announce to the world a $56 billion deal, you should make sure you have $56 billion first. But with stores, and again, this is a big capitulation, and we'll have to see what eBay thinks about this, but the notion is GameStop has a network of stores all over the country, and people can use those stores to bring in collectibles and have things authenticated and such. eBay's tried similar versions of that, more with like decluttering your closet and garage, like bringing your golf clubs to a FedEx location. There was some big initiative they had 10 years ago. So it's not really a fresh idea. And you can just think of all the stumbles Amazon has had with physical store space. Like it doesn't automatically work, and it's not a fresh, innovative idea. So I mean, it's something, potentially worth exploring, but there's also a lot of reasons to not get too excited about it.
Bailey, just really quick, GameStop is flat, eBay's down more than 3%. Like, the markets are interpreting this reporting how?
It removes a little bit of the upside optionality for eBay. If you look at a 12-month chart of GameStop, it's pretty much been down and to the right. This is a company that handled some of its converts by diluting its company. So really the lack of weakness from GameStop, unsurprising again, given the fact that eBay really shot down this idea not too long ago.
So you have the reporting from Bloomberg right now. Let's say Ryan is confusing, to be honest. I think he acts on impulse. I'm getting nervous with Bitcoin. Now, no eBay sending 0% back to the shorts help. I mean, honestly, I think Ryan Cohen is very calculated. That's why he stays quiet. I mean, he came out with multiple interviews for a reason. He stayed quiet and just operated in the background, flipped GameStop's balance sheet. Like, people are forgetting GameStop is about to make like $1.5 billion plus this year. They're already like $1.1 billion in if Q2 stays the same, the exact same as last year. So GameStop is operating very efficiently, very well. And if you think of like pro level anything, pro level sports, the game is efficiency. How quickly, with the least amount of energy, you can get the most out of it. And if you're not efficient, you're gonna die. So Ryan Cohen has flipped GameStop around completely. We're making money on the business side of it. What people couldn't even dream of GameStop, Ryan Cohen has done to GameStop. I still think he's deadlocked on GameStop. Look at this quote. All I do is work. I want to own eBay. That's all I've been thinking about. That doesn't seem like someone after like a few months just breaks it down, says he's going to pull it, and then partner with people. I don't believe that.
Now, one of the big conversations dominating the sidelines of the Milken conference is GameStop's unexpected
growth is not only from our borrowed money. I don't think so. Operating wise, GameStop's making money. It's proven. Just look at the numbers. Reassure yourself. I've done it. I've reassured myself. Shouldn't we also get to know who the bondholders are going to be? If one of the holders more than 1/4B, what is that? Would be more than 5%. I'm not sure about that. I can't comment on that. But what I really wanted to do is just come out here and just say, like, I still think we're going to get eBay. I think he's going to buy it. I think it's going to be at a lower price because eBay is going to be on a downtrend, and it's going to be cheap for GameStop to do. Cheaper for GameStop to do. And just really go back. Look at the quotes Ryan Cohen has put out. This has nothing to do with, like, Ryan Cohen has not put out a quote. He could do it. Like, it would be a good time for an interview. But I'm not going to press it. I mean, he'll probably make a move and do an interview. Like, yeah, never has he come out and just done an interview to clarify things for no reason, unless there's a real reason for something to happen. Yeah, he put out the offer for eBay, $56 billion. Everybody thought he was an idiot. And then he explained it very easily on other shows. CNBC, they made him look like they didn't make him look like an idiot. They claimed the basic reporting of that was like, he's a fool, he's foolish, he can't even do simple math to add up to $56 billion. Really, you really think he's going to come out, do that big of an offer? They're anti-GameStop, and that's all it is. What I see over here, honestly, on the chart for GameStop, I see this area right over here, right before we take off. And that's to tell you the truth, because take your mind back to when you were doing this. I was thinking like we were doing this type of thing for this type of wedge, right? Connecting this, and it dipped down. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And I think this is when I started my channel, somewhere around here. I was like, this is ridiculous. GameStop is this low. And that's why I started doing this. And I see the same thing happening because it broke down out of this. This is like a more symmetrical wedge because I think it's just harder for them to manipulate the stock as they did previously. It's crazy to me it's at 1879, but I think we're underneath over here at this part. And if we tap this, you're gonna see a breakout. And what is this? 17, 16, 17. We're definitely in this demand zone at the bottom right over here, which is crazy. This is a 100% buy zone for me. All of this is a 100% buy zone for me. But why do I get the demand zone? Because the same demand zone was tapped on the initial breakout, and then it took off. It went from $9. I got one share in the $9 range, like $9.98, $9.99. It went from $9 to $17. People forget, and then I think Roaring Kitty started his tweet storm, and then it pumped up all the way to 60, and it was 80 in the pre-market hours, I believe. Jesus, what's up? He has been talking. Ryan has been talking a lot lately. He's been doing his interviews. He's very strategic with his moves. And just knowing his persona, his character, who he is, he's not a talker. He's not like Adam Aaron. You could have someone that talks a bunch, and your stock goes down 99%. Look at this. I don't even remember. Oh, this is when Jim Cramer interviewed Adam Aaron and said AMC is a great buy. Adam Aaron has spoken the entire way. He got pretty quiet after he got his Antera, his vote, sold shares to Antera, his vote for Ape, right? What a dumb move. Split the stock, dilute the shares, and then combine it back because he because he couldn't get shareholder votes for AMC. But my point is, like, talking means nothing. Action is everything. I tell my children that all the time. There's a story in the Bible where, like, there's a father. I'm not even trying to make this a Bible channel or anything. There's a father. He has two sons, right? He tells one son, he's like, can you do this for me? The son's like, sure, Dad, I'll do it. Right away, right? There's another son who's like, I don't want to do it. Forget that. In the end, the son that first said he's going to do whatever his father wants never ended up doing it, and the son that complained about it ended up doing it in the end. So which son do you think he prefers more? You know, the one that took action, the one that actually did the action and didn't speak the words. So Adam Aaron's all talk, 99% decline in the stock. Ryan Cohen, he's all about action. So the fact that he's speaking means he's going to take action on it. And I see eBay having a large decline in the stock. That's basically what I want to come out and say. I've been saying it. Let's say a 25% decline in the stock price from where it is, from the peak over here, from where it was at 119. So we'll see where that ends up. I just really want to come out and say, look at his actions, look at the numbers, because that's what really matters. Look at the stupid reporting on this, really. They couldn't contact GameStop. GameStop didn't respond. Their quotes are from the people. They say the people. But listen to this. I love it because this lets you know who Ryan Cohen is. This lets you know the drive behind it. And he says, I want eBay. I want to own eBay by any means necessary. Any means necessary. There are multiple ways to do it. So anything he does regarding to eBay is to take it over. It's not to be a partner, have them have say in what GameStop does. No, he is he dictates what we do. You know, in business, you don't let your competitor dictate your actions. You don't let other people dictate your actions. You are the one that runs it. And if you ever slip that way, you're not going to be successful.
Building a much larger business. I mean, you know, what is the goal of business? What is my goal? I own a lot of stock and I don't have any perverse incentive. So it's to make the business a lot more profitable and to maximize shareholder value. So that's the plan. It's not that complicated. And I've spoken about huge growth areas within cutting costs. That's just short term, but live commerce and building out an in-game digital marketplace. So I've shared that with you. But everyone in the past have said, well, what's the business plan? What's the business plan? But they only do that with GameStop for whatever reason. Well, you know what the business plan is? It's to make money. GameStop just reported its highest earnings in the company's history with a fraction of the stores. And everybody in the media said GameStop was going to fail. So the plan is to make more money. The plan is to maximize shareholder value. Am I going to go and share my proprietary?
This is the main point I want to show it. Is he going to go and share his proprietary plan? No, he's not. So the stuff that we hear that he said, there's more to it in the background.
Proprietary plan and every single detail and give it out to my competitors? That'd be a pretty stupid thing to do.
Ryan, we have literally 30 seconds left in the show. Again, are you prepared to raise your offer for eBay? You set out your vision, but the action you're willing to take to do it.
I'm not going to call my shots, but we're coming for eBay one way or another.
We're coming for eBay. To me, it's like a wolf hunting, you know, like I'm coming for my food, you know, like it's not I'm coming for eBay one way or another to be a partner. No, it's none of that. I don't believe any of that. Yeah, I'm reading this as I'm listening to this. It's funny. Yeah, 23 to 100. You're concerned about that? That's ridiculous, bro. If you stay in it, you're gonna get that, guaranteed. In my eyes, in my view, you're getting that 100. But I'm here for way more than that. You know, I'm here for a lifetime, bro. This is funny. So funny to me. But GameStop 7 for 1. I think you honestly, I'm not even gonna say anything bad. Like I'm not here to like clown on anyone. I want everyone to succeed. Reevaluate it. Learn the facts. Honestly, that's what I can tell you. Learn the facts, as in the words that he said. He just told you it's stupid for him to come out and say his proprietary plan. Honestly, in business, you don't want to put your plan out. You want to do your actions. If he puts it out, someone else can jump in and not undercut the bid, but make the process more convoluted for us, you know, to acquire eBay, or put up roadblocks for us to make it take longer, you know, in some way or some form, some fashion. The reason I can't say more specifics is because I don't know the specifics, because he's doing good. He's doing good business actions by not putting out his plan. I don't want to know it. I know his intention is to like kill eBay's management. He says we're coming for them. To me, that's, I'm hunting, and I see my prey. He's locked in. He's coming for it. No Tony De Niro. So anyways, there's that over there, and then this. I just love it. This is what you need to know as a GameStop investor. And this is who I am, and maybe there's many, like, I'm just so blinded. I think every investor's like me. I see, I'm a contrarian by heart, by nature, and Ryan Cohen is as well. And this is just a complete discount, $18.79. You should not be worried at all. I'm going to tell you, don't worry at all. It's just the fundamentals are all there to back it up, to back up the price of a way higher price. It just hasn't been priced in. It hasn't been priced in because everyone's dumping money into AI, and that's all they're infatuated with. Stupid private equity people have a ton of money invested into software companies, and hyperscalers have to be pushed up because guess who's dumping all the money into all these data centers, right? Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft. So they have to be pushed up. They're not showing returns on investment. GameStop is showing. They're showing the fundamentals. They're showing strength. Whether it be his investments, I understand Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's not over, and that's only $500 million. Come on, man. From $9 billion, $10 billion, only $500 million, that's nothing. That's peanuts. Okay, that's something he dumped in there, and everyone said, oh, they're doing Michael Saylor strategies. They're doing strategies. I'm trying to read the chat and thinking at the same time. Sorry. I guess I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Maybe my brain's small. Who knows? We're supposed to be strategy. He said GameStop's doing what GameStop does. We're going according to GameStop's plan. Bitcoin right now is hovering right now on a key level. I see 60,000. If it drops lower, it could go down. Maybe he'll average down. I don't know. But we'll see. 500 million is nothing compared to the billions that GameStop has. But I know the fundamentals are there. Ryan Cohen's operating income efficiency has gone up. SG&A has gone down, all while we make more money. And that's just a sample of what Ryan Cohen can do to a much larger business that's oversized, especially for an e-commerce business, which is ridiculous. Ryan Cohen's eyes are set on his prey, and his prey is eBay for now. And I think eBay is not the end of it. Many people, I just feel like you got to see a bigger vision. You have to see the operator and the potential. And the way Berkshire operates is they buy companies at potential, like based off the management, the people that run the companies. Like he said before, I would be fine just giving my money to a competent management team that he believes in. He believes in the company. GME to 23. Let me read it real quick. If you pray, there's no reason to worry. If you worry, there's no reason to pray. Frustrating to say the least. Hold the line, gentlemen. This is hard. I mean, we're at $18. We were at $9 before. Remember, before all the fundamentals were there to back it up. You had like true belief back then. Now you have belief, you have fundamentals, you have a profitable company. What more do you want? Like, you have prospects of purchasing a $56 billion company. Ryan Cohen's shown the math to make it add up. I mean, you have so much potential. If it's not eBay, fine, fuck it. We'll get another one. We'll get another business. We'll get something else. The possibilities are endless, and GameStop is there at the center of it all. That's just the way I see it. Ryan speaks again. I hope he does. It helps all of us treading water. I don't know if he's gonna speak again. I think you're gonna see action from GameStop. But like I said, I would look for a decline in eBay in the next month, up to September 10th. I would look for a decline in eBay. And if you see that decline start to happen, which it may have already happened out of this sharp upward channel, you'll probably end up seeing GameStop acquiring eBay at a cheaper price. And that's because you'll see institutional investors really put eBay's management under a microscope. eBay is not a business that can easily be, how do I say this? It's easy to run eBay, is what I'm saying, and make money with eBay. That's why it's been around for so long. Ryan Cohen has said it. I can't remember the interview he said it in, but he said, like, there's many other businesses that have come out to try to challenge eBay, and eBay is here to stay, regardless of the challenge and technological advances and other companies that have come out. eBay is over here still making money, profitable, even when the CEO and management team get paid tens of millions of dollars to really do nothing and overstaff and have a giant, large headquarters. Ryan Cohen could run it out of his house. But honestly, if you look at what are they at? 11,000. I'm sure because I can't come with the real numbers. But if you look at the numbers, 11,000 employees for an e-commerce company is ridiculous, pathetic, actually. But this is me as again. I know I have to go. It's 6:06. Dinner 6:30. But here you go. This is who I am as a GameStop investor. Larry Channing explains it to you better than anything I could have said. I call him the GameStop Confucius. Yo, what's up, Burton? How you doing, man? Hey, Jesus, what's up?
What do you think are some of the standout qualities of a great investor?
Sorry, standout qualities of a great founder, investor?
Investor, not founder.
Oh,
investor.
yeah. Oh, investor. Oh, okay, gosh. You know, I've thought about this, and I think Peter Thiel said something along these lines, which I very much agree with, which is the capacity to look stupid for a long period of time until hopefully you're right. Like that's the quality of a great investor. I mean, if you think about it, to have a disproportionate outcome, you probably need two things to be true. You probably
And we're not looking for a 10 bagger here, to be clear. We're looking for a 20, 30 bagger, okay? It's over time. Ryan Cohen, the motto is brick by brick, and we're building that brick by brick. Fundamentals are there, brick by brick. It took time. It took time to turn around a company that was tanked internally.
Probably need to have an original perspective, because if you don't, then it's a commodity perspective. So you need to see something that others don't see. And by original, that literally means like no one else in the room has your perspective, which is hard to do, or no one else in your market or your asset class. And the other quality is, to pair with originality, is you need to be willing to be contrarian. Meaning, if you told everyone in the room your original perspective, not only would they not have it, they would think it's stupid. and that is the reaction. And then you need to be able to persist in that space until your thesis plays out to be correct. And the reality is most people are not wired that way. And if you're not wired that way as an investor, then what you're going to end up do is investing in things that are unoriginal, that are non-contrarian, and that is not how you generate disproportionate returns. And the reality is, if you are original and contrarian, a couple things could happen. One is you could be completely wrong, and everyone who thought you were stupid is correct. And that makes it hard to come back and be original contrarian again. Or you could be right. And not to overemphasize something like SpaceX, but if Elon Musk sat in a room of investors 20 years ago and said, listen, I want to colonize Mars, that would have been original and contrarian. If someone said 20 years ago that a primary mode of transportation will be you getting into the vehicle driven by a stranger, that would have been original and contrarian.
Or sleeping in their home.
Or sleeping in their home. And so you need to be able to sit in that space where the world doubts you, if not even mocks you, and persist through it. That's what a good investor can do.
Amazing. I love that, man. That's who I am, man. I don't step to the beat of anyone else's drum. I just go by my own. I believe in what I believe in, and I'm gonna stick to it because that's who I am. You run a business, you run it the same way. Ryan Cohen sees the same thing. He doesn't care. I don't care. A word can't hurt me. A word can't hurt me. A media article doesn't change my perspective of GameStop in any way. Just got to be a ruthless investor. Who cares if they mock you? Who cares if they say something bad about GameStop? Do you believe it? Do you know the numbers? I know the numbers. Can't stop, won't stop GameStop. Peace. Amber, no problem, man. Sorry I couldn't make it to Destin. We're definitely going to make it to Destin. My wife has her heart set on it, so we're definitely coming sometime or another. It was just more of a distance than I was willing to travel with the baby. So maybe when she's like 1.5, so maybe when she's a little bit older, it's easier to travel. It was like, I left Orlando at like 11:15 p.m. and ended up back in Virginia at like, what was it, 4 p.m. because of all the stops. I drove straight to South Carolina to Buc-ee's for like 8.5 hours at nighttime. But then we took a stop at Buc-ee's. Then it was multiple stops because the baby was up. It was just too much to do. But I had to do it, man. Knock it out the park. GameStop investor. Peace. Thank you, Team 51. I see everyone over here coming through. Bloomberg articles, fake news? It could be. It could be. Honestly, I know I said I have to go. You're going to hear some yelling going on. I know my wife wants to see her sister, but I guess YouTube's more important. I don't know. This very well could be fake news because when I was watching that Bloomberg interview, when he came with the negative to GameStop, how software sales are plunging, he's like, Ryan Cohen's like, who cares? I was like, these questions seem like they're given to him from eBay's management team, talking about the failed NFT marketplace, which, like, I know Arena Club CEO said, like, when they're NFTs, the Pokemon cards are NFTs. When they're pulled and shipped to you, the NFTs are destroyed, or the NFTs transferred, like their ownership is destroyed. So yeah, this very well could be fake news. Sounds really stupid when you say GameStop hasn't made a final decision. Cohen could still weigh other options, the people said. Like this could very well be fake news just to try to trash GameStop, but it's just one amongst a billion other articles. But GameStop stacks money. That's what we do. We're successful people. Talk to me, yo. If it was fake, RC would have said something. I don't know, man. That GameStop interview is not fake news. There have been many things leaked like this. Wouldn't be surprised if this is a way to flush rats out. Found another way to get what he wants. Like I said, I think GameStop's going to acquire eBay on a discount. I think there's a inevitable downtrend coming on eBay. But what do I know, man? Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Peace.